Hi, guys. As you know, we're working with nonfiction text structures this week. Hopefully, you've done the ed puzzles already. Um, so, quickly, I want to review the 5 different types of text structures that we're working with. This chart's cool because it also gives us some signal words. Usually, they're transition words, and they can help us figure out which text structure we're looking at. Over here are just some visuals, some graphic organizers that you might commonly see with each text structure. So the first one, description, when someone's writing about a topic and just giving the background of it. Okay, so signal words, for example, for instance, the characteristics of something. If we're learning about a certain animal or an event, they just simply describe it. Sequence and order. Sometimes this is called chronological order. It's when we have something that happens in a series of steps. So it could be like a recipe, or if we're hearing about the history of something. So the signal words are before, in the beginning, to start, first, next, finally. Next one, compare and contrast. We have 2 things that are being compared. We're talking about the similarities between the 2 things or the difference between 2 things. Venn diagram is the chart you might see with it. Cause and effect. Something happens because of something else. You'll mainly see the word because. That will signal that it's a cause and effect. Something happens because of something else. And finally, problem solution. So we hear about a problem, and then there's either a solution that's given or possible solutions that might be given to solve that problem. Okay. So we're going to do some quick practice together. I have 8 little short texts we're going to go through. Think about the answer in your own head as I read through it, and then we'll kind of talk about what the answer is and why it's that answer. Number 1, the Vancouver Island marmot is a kind of large rodent that lives high in the mountains of Vancouver Island in Canada. Climate change and logging have caused a large decrease in their population. Scientists believe that there are less than 100 of them left in the wild. Caused, okay, because. So something happened because of something else. So the correct answer is cause and effect. All right, so hopefully that's the answer you had in your head, cause and effect. Number 2, I do my chores each Saturday. First, I fold the laundry and put it away. Then I sweep and mop the kitchen floor. After that, I empty all the garbage cans in the recycling. Finally, when all my chores are finished, I can go outside to play. So our transitions here, first, then, after that, finally. So if you're thinking about what that answer is, which text structure we're looking at, compare, contrast, description, problem and solution, or sequence, it is sequence. Okay, we go through a series of steps here. All right, that is a sequence. Number 3, did you know that not all deserts are hot? Both hot and cold deserts are very dry. But unlike hot deserts, cold deserts have long winters when the temperatures can reach below freezing. Cold deserts also get a great deal of snow, which is certainly not true for hot deserts. Which texture is used in the paragraph? So if we're looking at this, we're comparing 2 different things. Okay, there are similarities between the 2 deserts, but also differences. So the text structure is compare and contrast, similarities and differences. Next, spending too much time in the sun can lead to sunburn, dehydration, and even skin cancer. One way to help prevent these problems is to make sure that you wear sunscreen whenever you are outside. It's also a good idea to avoid being outside during the hottest part of the day between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. So it looks like here we have a problem. Spending too much time in the sun can lead to sunburn, dehydration, and even skin cancer. And we have a solution, one way to help prevent. So our correct answer here is problem and solution. All right, let's take a look at 4 more. Number 5, the Space Needle was built in 1962 in Seattle, Washington for the World's Fair. It is 605 feet tall from the ground to the aircraft warning beacon at the very top. Visitors can ride an elevator to the observation deck at 520 feet. They can also dine in a revolving restaurant near the top of the needle. Which text structure is used in the paragraph? Compare and contrast. Is there anything being compared here? Nope. Problem and solution, there's no problem. Sequence, it doesn't really go in a series of steps. So our correct answer here is description. It's simply describing the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington. Okay, simply description. Number 6, malaria is a serious problem in many developing countries. Thousands of people get sick with malaria every year. Because malaria is spread by mosquitoes, one way to help solve the problem is for people to use mosquito nets over their beds. If mosquitoes cannot get to the people, they cannot infect them. So this one we're kind of helped out because it keeps talking about a serious problem. Okay, but we also realize that there is a solution that they give, the mosquito nets. So the structure is problem and solution. All right, 2 more. To make a yummy smoothie, first put some milk into a blender, then add a banana and some frozen berries such as strawberries and blueberries. You may also want to add some grapes. Next, turn your blender to its lowest setting and gradually increase the speed until everything is blended. Then pour it into a glass and enjoy. So, series of steps, lots of times with a recipe. It's going to be this text structure, and that is sequence. All right, last one. Electricity can flow through some kinds of materials, but not through others. Materials that electricity can flow through are called conductors. Metal and water are both conductors. By contrast, materials that electricity cannot flow through are called insulators. Plastic, glass, fabric, and wood are all insulators. So we're talking about 2 different types of materials: conductors, insulators. So our correct answer would be here. We are comparing them. So it would be compare and contrast, similarities and differences. So a little practice with these. You are going to be doing some on your own for the task card. It's a nonfiction task card task. It's a blue puzzle piece that's posted in Schoology. You'll be doing some of your own. Do the best that you can. You have multiple attempts. Learn from your mistakes. Read back through them. Hopefully you guys are having fun and enjoying some things. Miss you guys. Keep working hard. See ya.